It's your boy Warlow back with another MyTeam video. And we are gonna rank the best bracket buster cards, including the 100 overalls and the festival cards on one tier list. And this is why I'm the best on YouTube. I out here added up all these stats. I have tested every animation on the card. I took 50 sheets of notes in the background that helped me remember. So hit that like button for my hours of work so y'all don't get scammed to waste your pieces, or you just don't waste them for no reason on a player having to test them. Because woo, I had to do all this work. All I need to do is hit the like for it, and it makes it worth it to do it. Because it was not easy. Because I don't want to come on here and act like I don't know anything on these cards and rank them. I think that'd just be useless review for you. So overall in this guy, I got Kolek. Okay, with Kolek, I didn't like his jumper. I thought his jumper, but he like shoots like this in a way, and his jumper's kind of mid. He has some movement though in 6'3". I would put him in F tier. I don't think he's really good. I don't think he can make the salary cap. I think there's better options for that. I just don't think he's good. This card is trash. His jumper absolutely sucks. I know his stats might look good. He might look good on paper, but the card absolutely stinks. Doesn't play in my team, and he's going to suck in my team. Chris Dunn up next, if I remember right in my notes. He had a good release on Chris Dunn, but he has Westbrook dribble style, which I did like. He had a little movement. Release was a little bit mid, though. I might just put him at 75 drive and dunk. I thought his release was pretty mid. I think, yeah. I didn't really like the card overall. I thought he wasn't very mid, so I'm gonna have to say F tier for Chris Dunn. He had a good release though. His release wasn't the worst in the world, but I just wasn't feeling Chris Dunn overall for a 6'3" point guard. Like, your release can't be mid. It wasn't a good release. It was a mid release. Excuse me, I didn't mean to do it. There's a lot of F tiers in this, like, to start off. I mean, we're just starting real quick. Pelly Olenek, he's kind of like, I tried to touch this card out, but I think there's a better card for salary cap. He's F tier. Just use this card called Poe right here. You can just use this amethyst right here called Poet. Or Pope, is it Pot? Whatever the heck this amethyst card. He's on the Warriors. It's this guy. This guy literally is much better. Release is probably better. He's better overall stats. Olenek defense is pretty terrible. I thought he was a fairly mediocre card, so in my opinion, we're going in F tier for him for the first four. First four F tier. Dante DiVincenzo, he has a great release. we're gonna see how this goes. I think I'm putting him in B tier because he's 6'4", good release, has an elite immaculate defense similar to Lonzo Ball, and he has 6. The thing is, I don't think he's gonna be better than a Caruso. So that's like why I have him in B tier. I think B tier is pretty fair for him, in my opinion. Next up is Choni Zhang. This card, in my opinion, if I remember him right, he had it behind the back, but his jumper was kind of mid. I just didn't like his jumper. I put him D tier because he is 6'9", he has defense. But I thought he was pretty mid, in my opinion. Next up, we got Jared Butler. I think he had one of the best jumpers that I actually used on the thing. If I remember correctly, I think Jared Butler had a really good release. If I could just find out where it is in the background. Let me find where my thing was at. Okay, I found it. He has one of the best releases, like, for you at all. Like, I think this card is actually phenomenal, but how do I rank him? Like, I'm just looking at stats for 2 seconds, because I kind of forgot his stats. I might just rank this card as salary cap card, because I actually do like this. 78 drive and dunk, 75. I think he's a very elite salary cap point guard. I don't think he would play in an unlimited category, so I'm ranking him at salary cap. I still think he probably could go C, but I think salary cap he could actually play. So if you're using him in salary cap, I think he's going to be decent. He's probably going to be in that C tier point guard. I think his jumper's amazing, though. I feel like you put him there, he's going to be really good for you. George Nang release stinks. Didn't like him at all. I tried him. Didn't like George Nang one bit. Like, it's like pro B. I think he had the pro only Russell. Yeah. I don't know why I said his release thing. I think I made that error. But his release is like, it's good enough. But it's like, he has Breezely's, like, he moves side to side a little bit. I think in a salary cap scenario, I think he can be using salary cap. So use him in salary cap, he's going to be decent for you. Cam Reddish, he just does his job on the court. See, it's here. He can't shoot a leaner, but he just does his job for you. He just shoots his shots. does his thing. He has a slow leaner, but he's just gonna do his job on the court. I have to put C tier. Jakeem Noah goes in. I think you gotta put him S tier. I tried his release. His release is immaculate. One of your top tier releases in the game. He, in my opinion, he is really, really good, and I think he's one of your best power forward, even for 6'11". He's an absolute. Next up, we got Jalen Rose. He has Tony Parker release. He's automatically in an F tier. The card has Tony Parker release. Like, what are we even doing? What are we even doing? I just do not like the card. Chris Webber, B tier. I don't really like Chris Webber. I told y'all yesterday about the Patty Mills base with Oscar Upper. Just not it. I just feel like there's better options. LeBron, AD, Beasley. Maybe the card that's coming later better than him. I thought he was very mediocre. Do not pick up Chris Webber. Don't think he's good. Donovan Mitchell. He had if I remember right, he had a good release. I think he was 6 foot though. I'm trying to just remember off the top of my head. Donovan Mitchell. Mitchell. I see all my names. I wrote down so many names in the background. My apology. I really broke this down completely in the background. But yeah, his jumper was alright. His movement just wasn't really it. I think he's F tier. More using him. Jerry Stackhouse has an absolute elite release. I don't know what you free talking about saying bend his jumper, like his upper's bad. Stackhouse is a beast. Like, honestly, I know his movement might not be the craziest, but he got, I think, Booker or Westbrook dribble style. I think he has one of them. And he legit has a top tier release. I don't know what we're yapping about. The card is absolutely elite. Victor Oladipo, I tried him. I didn't really care for him C tier. I thought Victor Oladipo was alright, kind of mid. I thought Dante's better than Victor Oladipo. I know he has a higher driving dunk, but I didn't think much of Victor Oladipo when trying him out, really. His movement wasn't crazy. 6'3". I'd rather have 6'4" and have the same thing. I just didn't really see much. Corey Butler, I actually did like. Like, he doesn't have the craziest 6, but he's a 6'8" shooting guard with 95 perimeter. Good defense. A jumper that's elite. I mean, he does his job. He does it as a tall wingspan. He's like Bile, but another inch. So, honestly, I have no issue with that. AO up next. I'm ranking AO in at A tier. AO is actually so good. Like, he was one of my impressive cards that I actually liked from this list. He was a A tier, one of my cards I loved using. He has Garland behind the back. He has good defense. He's 6'5". He comes with badges. You have to give him maybe some defensive badges. But he is a top. I feel like this point guard is elite. Like, I think he's comparable to the best point guards, which call me crazy. Maybe I'm gassing him up a little bit. I like this card a lot. Great behind the back, good release. I think he is an absolute elite point guard in my team. I think he's absolutely elite, in my opinion. Rex Chapman is absolute garbage. I don't know what people are hyping on 2KDB. That card is not good. A S tier. Ace Law has good movement, in my opinion. My thing, if I remember right, wasn't it Ace? I'm ranking A Law in 8. I'm ranking him in 8 tier. Ace Law is a really good card if you get him. He has a solid release. He has a Darius Garland dribble style. Ace Law is a pretty, in my opinion, good card. And he also got Kemba Escape too. So he has some nice sigs overall. I think he's a decent card. D. Levy up next is, at this point, probably F tier. Because just his release is amazing. But like, he has no defensive badges. Like, what are we going to do with those stats? I'm sorry. Outdated. Not going to play. David Robinson. Probably, I don't like D-Rob's really. I might just go B at this, for sake of this list, because David Robinson is still good, but David Robinson is not better than Jakeem Noah. I'm point blank. I don't like David Robinson's release, and I don't still like it. I still gotta like test him out the Westbrook drip, but I actually want to rank this card up next. Can I rank this card up next? I'm about to cheat. Who was the card I used earlier with Dylan Wright's upper? I just want to make a point. Like with David Robinson's release, if I could just find who this player was. There was a player with David. Oh, it was Aaron Afalo. Aaron Afalo is the exact example of what I'm talking about. It's David Robinson's upper. This card's really good. Aaron Afalo, I probably put him at B tier just because he's shorter than Corey Brewer. He's really good. Like, he has a really elite jumper. And I will say that out loud. Like, Aaron Afalo, he is really, really good. Like, I tested him out and I was impressed. That Dylan Wright upper is just so much better. And he got a bulky player build, so he looks bigger on the court. I really do like Aaron Afalo. I do like his player model. I thought that was good too. Lonzo Ball, in my opinion, he's top 5 point guard, so he has to go S tier. In my opinion, I think that just has to work that way. Like, you have to in this type of list, because this list is different. He has to go S tier, but I do like Lonzo Ball, though. Lonzo is very, very, very good. Carlos Boozer is probably going to be A tier. Like, the card is going to play small forward, has a phenomenal release still from earlier in the year. He's still going to be doing his job on the court. He doesn't have the craziest dribble six, but he's an absolute beast. So, yeah, Ben Gordon, I saw 40 interior. I'm out of here. I mean, 40 interior, get off my screen. You just trash. I mean, 40 interior, get off my screen. Jalen Suggs is good. A tier. I think Jalen Suggs is very, very good. If you get Jalen Suggs as your as the lock-in set, you got a very good point guard on your hands. That card is very, very good. Next, we got Nick Collison, garbage. Nick Collison is not good in this game, probably an F tier. Card absolutely stinks, has no type of style. The card absolutely, Sheldon Williams is, like, wow, that card. Go get this card. Like, I think he's one of the best small forwards in the game. I'm calling it crazy for this. I think he's one legitimately. He is so good. Good behind the back. I forgot what behind the back it was, but it was a good one. He has a top tier release. Good defense. He reminds me of Sharif, but on steroids. Sheldon Williams. I might have to go get this card too. He is a beast. He is a beast. The only issue is like your Beasley. But like other than that, I mean, oh my god, my own picture just scared the living heck out of me. Take my full face off screen. But yeah, I like Sheldon Williams. He is an S tier. He is so good. Old Jabari, he actually has a good release. I'd probably say decent. They 6'5". I mean, I know he actually wasn't as bad, really. Like, he's not even, like, I'm trying to remember. Ochai, I know I wrote him down. I know I wrote him down. Yeah, rare. Good jumper, good behind the back. He has Tatum, Carlson, Kemba escape. I think he can go in C tier, actually. I think he has to go D. I think Cam Reddish a little bit better. I don't dislike this card, though. If you want to use him as salary cap, if you want to, I think he can actually hoop for you. I have to put him in D tier just for the sake of this. But I don't mind the card. I think Cam Reddish is a tad bit better. But Mikal Bridges, D tier. I don't like Mikal Bridges. I thought, like, Mikal Bridges was kind of mid. He has a hitch in his shot. I have to move this card to C tier. I'm moving him to C tier because Mikal Bridges sucks. But he's 6'8", 6'7", and it's just, no, I just don't know why. I just don't know why you like him, personally. And next, I'm going to rank, if I can find him on this list. Might just skip over some just a little bit. I really did like the Shane Battier card. I really did like this Shane Battier. Shane Battier reminds me of literally what people think Gerald Wallace was for some reason. I don't know why people cared about Gerald Bum Wallace, but he has a phenomenal release. He doesn't have, like, if I remember correctly on my list, I don't think he had the craziest SIGs, but Shane Battier release is so good. Like, that's, like, with amazing defense. He is an elite small forward in this game. Absolutely beast. JJ Redick, they didn't change that garbage base. He's going to F tier. Don't use JJ Redick by himself. Blake Griffin has the Oscar Robertson release. Darius Garland, 6'9". Definitely hope I can get some gameplay with him, because he is absolutely a beast in this game, in my opinion. Tyler Hansbrough up next. He is another S. I think I say S tier. Tyler Hansbrough has Andre Drummond, lower base, uppers great. He is very good in my team. I think I have to go S tier for him. I think he's absolutely elite for what he does. But Jamal Mashburn, I was not liking this card. I like KD upper on KD. I'm not a fan of KD upper on Naz Reid, B tier. I'm not a fan of it. It's so weird with Naz Reid. They should have definitely did different upper for Naz Reid. KD's upper is good, but not on Naz Reid. I think it makes it too confusing, too convoluted. I did not really like that card, in my opinion. Ty Jerome, if I remember correctly, he has a weird release. His release is just kind of cooked, though. Like, it's just, I did not like his, I did not like it. I did not like it. I forgot to mention about Miles Bridges. He had a Russell Westbrook dribble style, which is nice. I do like that Russell Westbrook dribble style. Made him move really nice, but sadly, his release is cooked. But it's just cooked. Curry up next. I mean, Curry's better than Devon Mitchell. D tier. He's not good, though. I don't care what y'all say. Curry is very mediocre in this game. Not a good card. Adam Morrison, he has to go S tier and stay. Like, he is still really, really... Is he better than Sheldon Williams, though? I don't know. I do like Adam Morrison. I do think he's one of your best small forwards. But he's just not better than some cards. Ullman is absolute garbage. Don't use him. He is terrible in this game, in my opinion, and he's just not good. Next up, we got Zach Edey, obviously S tier, one of your best centers in all of my team. He is really, really, really good. Next up, we got 100 Melo. They trolled his SIGs. I'm sorry, Melo. They did you dirty. They did you dirty. I don't know where I rank Melo personally. Is he B or A? He has a good leader, but his dribble style's Darren Fox. I don't think he's better than Stackhouse. He's probably worse than Stackhouse. Is he better than Corey Brewer with the Dark Matter duo? Like, especially you got the Dark Matter thing. I'd rather have Corey Brewer at that point on the court. At least Corey Brewer gonna have a burst. I mean, Melo's really not that great B tier. I think he's A tier. I still put him A tier just because of the release being good. But I don't think Melo's S tier. I think Melo's very mid. If we were ranking a shooting guard tier list, he probably will fall to B tier. Melo's really not that good. They really trolled. No behind the back. No that. Only thing he got is a release. And at that point, I just don't know really what you're doing with the card, really. Rank quotes. Yeah, I think we ranked them earlier in the list. Did I not rank them earlier? I thought I did rank them earlier. But I might just rank Ty Jerome in freaking salary cap. I still think he's mediocre, but he is a 6'5" guard, so you gotta respect that, Loki, even though I did have him in trash. I think he is not good, but if you're in a salary cap situation, he might not get good. But Frank, I think we ranked the other guy. He is F. He is probably D, just because he's 7'1", but like, he's not good. He's not a good 7'1" center. You're not really getting much with him. I don't think he's that good. This card's interesting, Dixon. I did not like the pack. I thought the Patty Mills shot was a little too quick. I'd probably go B tier for him. I like his SIGs. I do like him. I like the fact he has Pro 2, but I felt like the Patty Mills base was way too fast on him. I like AO more than Dixon. I think Dixon is nice, but I just thought the Patty Mills was just a little too quick. I like the fact he has Pro 2, but I wouldn't. I personally get AO. I think AO's better than him. Austin Rivers, A tier. Card has a release that's really good. He doesn't really move great. I used a dribble 6. Didn't really move that good, you know. But he just was alright. But, you know, he was elite. But next up, we got Kemba Walker, D tier. Kemba Walker, another 6-foot point guard. Not really good, really. And I just noticed I might be forgetting some players. So we're going to have to, like, go back and make sure we didn't forget anybody. Because I'm going to make sure. I'll be back in a second, though. In a minute after we rank Jared Culliver. Just stay tuned for that. I'll be back in a little minute. But Culliver, I didn't really like Culliver. I'm ranking C tier. Culliver is not that great. His upper makes this release slower than you think he'd be. He doesn't really have any SIGs. I thought Culliver was very overall kind of nit. So I think we kind of gassed him up for no reason. But I'll be back in a second. But yeah, we added a few more players to the list. But we got Juwan Howard. He has like 56 ball handling in freaking almost April. Get off my screen. Guard sucks. Jalen Rose, who I think we ranked him. Jalen Rose is not good. He has Tony Parker release. He's going in F tier. Jalen Rose, I don't know why. Oh, we ranked him earlier. I forgot we ranked him earlier. My apologies. I apologize. Mega Okafor has a 43-pointer in December. Troll. That is troll. I think they're hitting gyms. Christian Brun's interesting. I like Christian Brun. I'm ranking Christian Brun at, he's 6'6". He ain't 6'8". But he just has a great release. Like, in my opinion, I think his release is just very good. And he just does his job on the court. So, I like Christian Brun. I'm ranking him in at a B tier. I think he is a solid B tier shooting guard. Christian Laettner is garbage. Not going to play at this stage in the game. Just not making it. Waldrick has a top-end release. I like this card a lot. Especially from my review of this card. I really did like this card. This card was very, very, very good. I'm trying to find. Yeah, he has a KD type player build. I did remember that. Elite jumper, good movement. He is one of your best cards in this list, to be honest with you. Where is, well, I just lost him. I don't know where I ranked. I don't know what I just did with him. I don't know what I just did with the card. I'll just add another one because I'm not going to sit. Oh, I think I found him. I found him. He's right there. I'm ranking this card in at S tier. He's better than Melo. In my opinion, he's better than Melo. But Yeah, I like this tier list in my opinion. This is everybody here. Now, this was my notes for that I took on all the cards. So if you want to like see the notes, kind of some people will be like, oh yeah, what are the notes that you ended up taking on all these cards right here. But yeah, these are all my notes that I took on all of these cards right here. Juzane, I might have forgot some. Like Juzane had a behind the back, mid jumper, Brewers, Sigs. Weren't the greatest, but made up for. I took a lot of time for this, so definitely take a look at this. I'll definitely make it a little bit bigger so you can read it if you want. And you know, my grammar might be bad on here, but it is really good. And it is a good, it is a good tier. I just know that I didn't rank Haslam on this list because I just noticed that it said that. And Haslam is at, like, if I had to rank it, I probably would put Haslam at salary. For salary cap, he can still hit open shots. Jumper's weird. He's probably not going to be salary cap because he's a pink diamond, so it costs a lot. So I'm ranking him D tier. I'm ranking him D tier. I rank him C tier. I think his jumper's kind of weird. He's 6, but I'll rank him C tier. I don't think he is a bad card. So yeah, I do like this list in my opinion. I think this list is really good. And these are all the animation things I wrote. And I did take really good time with breaking it down in my opinion. So yeah, hopefully you like this tier list. And I'm going to see y'all in the next MyTeam video. And give me a key! See y'all in the next MyTeam video.